then, welcome to the channel, Lake District and Whinlatter Forest. Park just up there at the, is it Revelin Moss or Revelin Moss car park? Don't know how much that's going to cost us by the time we get back. £2.70 for first hour and 65 pence for every quarter hour after that. Pay on exit as well, so that could come as a shock to the wallet when we get back. So today we're just doing one Burkitt and one Wainwright. The Burkitt is Hobcarton End and the Wainwright is Grisedale Pike. Now we've done that route before, but we're coming down the northeast ridge of Grisedale Pike, which is a route I've never used before. So yeah, new territory for us. So while we plod our way up this forest track, we'll have a quick look at the route. So we had to double back a bit then already, trained navigator and all that. The point that I'd marked for leaving the main track was further down. There was nothing there, so we came back to this. They're all mountain bike routes around here, so be careful when you're coming through here, especially at weekend. Not so bad today, it's quiet. Yeah, so just watch out, especially if you've got a dog. I mean, Charlie's off, it's quiet, I say today. Yeah, these are all used by mountain bikers. So we're out of the trees and on our way up to Hobcarton End that you could see in front of us then. We've got a brief glimpse of the rest of our route going over there. Can you just see it now? That's Grisedale Pike up there. That's our main objective of the day. And we're coming down this northeast ridge. And this is a path I've not been on before actually, because first time I came up here I made the mistake of following a track all the way up the valley, and then all that did was looped round Edit Valley and came round the other side. So we had to go off piste to get to the top of Hobcarton End. So yeah, this is a new path for me as well. So that's where we're coming down that ridge there, right upwards. So that's looking back over Skiddaw and Blencathra and Great Melfell, Little Melfell and Clough Head, the Dodds, and over towards Helvellyn. And like I said, first time we came up here, I came up that track and it just kind of ends at top of this valley. So we legged it up there, but I can kind of see a bit of a path going up there. I don't remember us finding a path. Anyway, up here it's warm now as well. Whew, once we get up here, that's the major climbing done. Then we've just got that last bit up to the top of Grisedale Pike and then down that ridge. Right, on we go. So that's us over Hobcarton End. I don't know if it is any classification. If it is, I'll put it up there. I'm pretty sure Hobcarton Crag is a Burkitt, but I don't know about that. Yeah, still got that great view. Look over to the northern fells, Skiddaw and Blencathra. And it's a bit hazy looking over to the Helvellyn range. And then that's where we're going. A couple of people up there. And I'm glad of this bit of breeze. Ooh, cooling it down a bit. Yeah, getting a bit warm for Charlie, but yeah, that's a nice breeze, is that? Well, that's Hobcarton Crag. Now, I've been calling it Hobcarton Crag, but on the map it's only called Hobcarton, so I've always known it as Hobcarton Crag. So I'm pretty sure this is the Burkitt and Hobcarton End might or might not be. That's looking up to Hopegill Head, which is a Wainwright. Ladyside Pike there, which is a Burkitt. And right down the ridge is Swingside, which is also a Burkitt. And coming down there is a route coming down there off Hopegill Head. I've done it twice. Last time I did it, it was wet and it was absolutely treacherous. My advice would be, if you're thinking about doing that, only do it in absolutely ideal conditions. It's just like, if you know the Great Slab on Bow Fell, it's like that, but with a bit of scree thrown in it as well. It's it's an iffy path, is that, so only do that in absolutely perfect conditions. Right, I think before we start the climb up there to Grisedale Pike, I'm going to stop and get Charlie a drink, I think. Oh right, we'll have a quick stop and then we'll get up there. So I've been an idiot again. I know you're absolutely amazed by that, but that there, right in the middle between Grisedale Pike and Hopegill Head, that's Hobcarton Crag, I think. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm going to get Charlie a drink. Oh, just over that stile, and what did I say about the steep bits being done? I'd forgotten about how steep this kind of last bit is, and it's a lot of years since I was last here. A lot of years. Oh, and just past a bloke on his way down, said exactly the same as me. That wind that's picking up, it's got quite a chill to it actually. I mean the underlying temperature, what's my GPS saying, is, oh, it's gone down to 15 degrees now. It was 22 earlier. Yeah, 15 degrees, that sounds a bit more like it. Oh, right then, up. We're almost at the top of Grisedale Pike up there, look. And that's looking over what really is Hobcarton Crag. Over to, I think that's Grassmoor. And then Hopegill Head, Whiteside, between Hopegill Head and Ladyside Pike. And then looking back down over the Solway Firth, I can make out Criffle in Dumfries and Galloway on here. You probably can't. Oh, and I can, you definitely won't be able to make out, but I can just see Isle of Man. It's slap bang in the middle there now. Right upwards. So nearly at the top now, and we've just joined up with this path. Can you make it out there, going down to the right hand side at Broken Wall? That's our way down. So just a little bit of out and back to the top here, looking over Skiddaw and Blencathra. Right, so up here to the top. So that's us on Grisedale Pike. We've got stunning views. I can't put you on tripod and give you a spin round. It's far too windy, but I'll try and I'll put you on other camera and show you around. So that's looking back down where we've just come up over Hobcarton and over to the Solway Firth, and beyond that is Broomfell, Lord's Seat. Immediately the other side of Hobcarton End is Greystones, and if we come round, there's Binsey, just the other side of Lord's Seat, and then Dodd, and Longside, Carlside, and then up to Skiddaw, Little Man, and over Bleasfell to Blencathra. Then there's Great Melfell and Little Melfell, and looking over Derwent Water to Clough Head, and the Dodds, Helvellyn, Nethermost Pike and Dollywagon Pike, and then nearer to us is where we almost were on last video, is Cat Bells, and then there's Causey Pike, and then where we actually were on last video, Maiden Moor and High Spite, and then beyond that you can see the Langdales, and if we come further around there's Dale Head, and then beyond Dale Head is Bowfell, Esk Pike. Now Scarfells are in a bit of cloud, see, I think that's Pillar, and then just in front of us here is Crag Hill. And if we come further around from Crag Hill to Grasmoor, and then over what actually is Hobcarton Crags, Sand Hill, oh, windy this way, and then there's Hopegill Head, White Side. That actually might be Gasgale Crags. I think you can actually see, well, I think you can see Gasgale Crags and the White Side. Ladyside Pike, Swinside, and back to where we started. Right, so now everybody's buggered off, we're going to drop down here. We've had lunch before we set off, but I've brought a little snack, a chew for Charlie. So we'll get down here out at Wind and have a little bit of a break. So I've had coffee and my snack, which was a packet of Monster Munch. Now, when it comes to Monster Munch, there is only one flavour, and that's pickled onion. Now, I don't think that's open to debate, but if you've got any comments on that subject, drop them down there and we'll have a read of them. And I was just thinking when I gave you a spin round, I didn't tell you the fells nearest to us here. So before we head off down, I'll just pop you onto the camera. So I told you there in the middle that was Crag Hill, didn't I, as you come down from Grasmoor. And if we come further down, like the middle ridge from Crag Hill is that's Sale, then there's Scar Crags and Causey Pike and Rolling End, just below the summit of Cat Bells. And then right in the middle of the valley here, there's, I can't remember which order they're in, but there's Barrow and Outer Side, and between the two there's a burkitt called Stile End. So right, we're gonna head off now, back down off Grisedale Pike. Now if you go down that path there, that takes you down over another burkitt called Kin. We're not going that way. I've been up that way before. Not sure if I've been up that way twice. So we're gonna head off down here the way we came up for a little while, and down the northeast ridge and back into the forestry. Right, so down we go. So that's us back in the forestry. So I'm going to sign off. We've only about a quarter of a mile back to the car, if that. Oh, I've loved it. It's been absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's only been 3 miles. We'll have been going about 3 hours by the time we get back. We've only sauntered along. No, it's been really good. That's the path near the top of both Hobcarton End and Grisedale Pike was a bit steep and loose, but nothing too much to cope with. And coming down that way again, a bit steep and loose in places, but easy enough to negotiate. So yeah, it's been brilliant. I can recommend this as just a short walk. I mean, it's only one Wainwright, but no, it's been great. Stunning views. I mean, we've still got a great view in front of us up to Skiddaw up there. Now, just be aware that when you're in the forestry on these tracks, they are used by mountain bikers, especially at a weekend when it's likely to be busy. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully see you on the next one. Ta-ra! Okay.